Alrighty. So I want to play Grixis Reanimator. The plan was to play this last stream, but we ran into a couple of issues. One, every time, well, I guess I should start from the beginning. I was trying to rent cards from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and even though I have what is effectively a god account through Mana Traders, I wasn't able to rent the Ixalan cards because you have to have been with man, like you have to have a Mana Traders account for, like, if you have it for like 6 months or more, you get it next day. But this is like a brand new account, so I have to wait some time. But I also can just rent whatever I want. So it's very weird. I'm probably gonna mail them and be like, hey, you want to help me out here? And so I was like, oh, well, I'll just trade for these 2 Ixalan cards that I was thinking of trying out. Trumpeting Carnosaur, which is the 6 mana 7/6 trample discover 5 that you can pitch from your hand to deal 3 damage to something. Seems kind of cool for a Reanimator deck. And then Galta. Galta is huge. And when it ETBs, you put a number of creatures from your hand into play. And it seemed like a cute kind of like, oh, well, if I'm stuck with them in my hand, it lets me cheat them into play. I'm probably still going to grab a Galta. But the thing is, I rented the deck already, and then I was trying to make a new trade binder, and it just kept crashing my game. I was like, why did that happen? Why does it keep crashing my Magic Online? And I looked it up, and it's because somebody was like, hey, you got to delete all these draft decks and that you've been saving, and because if you're not using them, they're just like slowing down the client, and it's just so much. And it's like, oh, okay, that's my problem. And I remember running into something like that where I was told to disable, because you can have it set so that it auto saves every draft deck you have, and I disabled that like earlier, like around like 2016 or something. But I had, like, between my Highlander decks, my vintage lists, my legacy decks, draft decks, like easily over 1,000 deck lists. And it took a 5-hour stream plus an additional 3 hours of just going delete, right click, delete, right click, delete. So I deleted every single deck on my Magic Online account. We're starting fresh. And it actually made it so that I can make a trade binder. Wow. If this crashes right now, that'd be so funny. I forgot to add the tickets to this binder too. So we have the sick trades binder. No, there's not a bulk delete. Daybreak is doing a bang up job. They've genuinely been knocking it out of the park with Magic Online. However, they have there's some things that you just can't unfuck. You know? So I'm probably going to pick up Galta. I don't actually know if I want Carnosaur. Carnosaur is kind of cute, but I think they do it a little differently. Or sorry, I think they're similar. They do, Carnosaur does something a little bit differently. They're similar in the sense that you can like discard Carnosaur to hit something and then reanimate it, and then it flashes back another reanimation spell and you get the double dip. Or it like hits a card draw spell, which is kind of cool. But you know, I'm not as enthused. Ooh, I'm not as enthused regarding that card. I don't think these bots are updated for LCI cards too. Oh no, they are. Galta is like 2 tickets or something. Yeah, that's fine. I'll grab a Galta. Carnosaur might be very expensive because yeah, there's a Pioneer deck that is popping off with it. And the only places that play Pioneer are on Magic Online. I'm not as excited about the Carnosaur, admittedly. Like, it feels a little too low impact. I'd be interested in trying it in person, and in fact, Mike, local Highlander player, Mike S, young Mike is, I've got a copy for him to try, presumably for Reanimator. So what do I want to put in instead of, or put in for Galta? It's hard for me to tell. Jalta? What do I want instead of Jalta? Gotta land. Founding of the Third Path has been okay. I don't know if I need it, though. Same with Is It Charm. They're just like, it's got to be a 2-mana card that does a thing. Is It Charm's a little weak, but also like getting rid of interaction. Maybe it's Dread Fugue. Cut down Blood Chief's Thirst. Blood Chief's Thirst is pretty good at dealing with scoos. No, Void Winnower is clutch. I think I actually want to get rid of something that isn't a big idiot. Why don't we cut a Reanimator target? Because I like all my Reanimator targets. Could cut Villas. Also, Galta gets better with these. Oh yeah, Peak. Peak is such a reasonable card to cut. I didn't even notice we had Peak. Yeah, let's cut Peak. Yeah, Galta's all creatures. So like cutting a Reanimator target makes Galta less appealing, and I actually wanted more than anything. So let's talk about this Reanimator deck real quick. So there's kind of a funny story behind this. So this is a Grixis Reanimator list that I built initially with the idea of not having a huge amount of interaction, like 0 counter spells. I think I initially started with just Force of Will and Daze, and now we're on neither of them. So our interaction is through hand attack, through creature kill, but it's mostly just through reliably reanimating. Like if we reanimate one target, then we can get to reanimate another target, you know? All of our reanimation cards, instead of the like, I reanimated my Gristlebrand, and now I'm protecting it for dear life. The idea is that we can reanimate a card that is difficult enough for our opponent to deal with, that once they finally deal with it, we get to reanimate something else. I think that's pretty cool. You know, they can't get all of our idiots. Yeah, that's the idea. And so that's kind of what the deck is built around. We could add a Force of Will. I don't hate Force of Will in here if we wanted to play some interaction, but I like that we're not playing any counter magic, and that we're just like casting our spells and going ham. So I built this deck, and it had a slightly, like it had the Wheeler build, right? And then Connor ended up not Moons Over My Hammy Connor, Competent Connor, ended up winning, taking my list, upgrading it, and then winning the whatchamacallit, the face-to-face, larger face-to-face event with Grixis Reanimator, with my list. And then I ended up taking the list back and being like, cool, let me make a couple of Wheeler changes to it again. And I believe I rinsed Surge. I rinsed a couple of people. Yeah, this deck felt good. Feels pretty good. It's Reanimator. No Force of Will. Feels like I need something against Turbo Combo. We could have Force of Will. We have Hand Attack. We also have just like going very fast against them and killing them. We have some one-shot potential as well, because we have a lot of tutors, right? Our point spread is Demonic Tutor, Vampiric Tutor, Mystical Tutor, Treasure Cruise, Intuition, Tainted Pact. So we can like actually just one-shot people, you know, with Trench George or reanimating multiple things and clocking them in the face. We have game plans where we'll like hand attack you, Dread Horde Arcanist, hand attack you again. We have game. You know, we have game. Somebody asked about Fury with so few red cards. Yeah, we could add some more red cards. This is kind of where Carnosaur could fit in, right? Like we could play Carnosaur over, I mean, Villas is cute. Villas is not that bad, but Villas does have some awkward play. So we could swap Villas for Carnosaur, which gives us a little more play against the creature combo decks, as well as ups the red card, which is kind of nice. I don't know. How much is a Carnosaur? We didn't find him there. I guess we could go to trade and see. I mean, I could buy a Carnosaur and then probably sell the Carnosaur immediately after. Like if people are looking for this card. This Carn. Buying Carnosaur? No, I want you selling Carnosaur. 30 ticks? Yeah, I'm good. Pangasaur? I don't know if I should play Pangasaur. The Mercadian Mask's rare? 30 tickets. Damn. Is there like a Pioneer? Is there a Pioneer event? Like, is there like an upcoming Pioneer PT or something? Why would people play that format? There has to be like it has to be the format, like the RCQ format or something. The RCQs are modern. Oh, Atlantis Pioneer? Okay. Yeah, let's just play this. There's a Pioneer RC. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because that format, huh? All right. Almighty Cheddar. Fight me, please. The way that this works, yeah, you got to add me as a friend, or I could add you as a buddy. I have it over here. You're going, even though I hate Pioneer. Everybody wants it on Arena. Because Arena kind of doesn't have anything, right? Like, Standard's not great. And like the default of a Magic player being like, this sucks. I need something that's better. And in their mind, better just often means like older cards are available, right? I know this sounds wild because it's me saying, right? Yeah, people like historic, but there's not like a historic like Pro Tour, you know? Ooh. We got removal. We have Ledger Shredder that's pretty hot. We have the Git Probe. The Git Probe Ledger Shredder is kind of cute. I'll keep this. We're on the play. Yeah, I'll keep it. Better means I win more in this format. Well, it's just like, I guess more options too. There's like a feeling of more options being available in older formats, even if you look at like how well Scam is doing. Or all right, don't spell snare me. Stern Scolding. Okay, I could have Git Probe to see if the coast was clear, but then we don't get the thing. Don't really want to Git Probe now. Ooh, are you on blue white? You might be on blue white. All right, I'll see what you got. What are you playing? Oh, Intuition's kind of hot. Mystical Tutor, Unexpectedly Absent, and some lands. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut down this Jace. I guess I could Intuition first, or not Intuition first. I could Preordain. Don't really want to let this Jace untap. I feel like they're playing blue white. Ooh, Tainted Pact. Tainted Pact doesn't do a huge amount here. Like, we could pact for... The problem is we need to pact for both things, you know? We have to pact for Reanimation Spell or Entomb. It's a powerful card. I'm using my mana for Intuition next turn, most likely. I kind of want to bottom both of these. Maybe Tainted Pact is too good to say no to. Like, I'm going to kill this thing. Don't really want them to loot. Mystical Tutor, Unexpectedly Absent, and then like Vista. I mean, I could let them loot once. Letting them loot while they have the Mystical Tutor is a little awkward though. Yeah, I think I'll just keep it. It's a powerful enough card. I'm doing this. Doing this. They could Mystical for recall here, which just means we get to resolve our Intuition. I'm just going to play this and pass. Likely going to Intuition for a variety of threats. Yeah, you can Mystical. I don't think I'm going to Tainted Pact for... I mean, Tainted Pact for Izzet Signet doesn't even do it. I should have showered today. You know what? I should have showered today. Because I could feel the sinus ear throbbing. I need the steam, the irrigation. You know, all the cool shit people want to hear somebody talk about. Noobish Madness, what up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing and supporting the channel. How you doing? How you been? Glad to have you. Good to see you. I don't think we're ever getting multiplayer on Arena. I mean, never say never, but you know. Also, yeah, people want Pioneer because if it is a Archmage's Charm, holy. If it is a like an RCQ, like regional qualifier or a Pro Tour format, like they want it to be on the platform that is presumably being pushed, right? Arena is a lot. Well, I don't even know if it's more accessible. I don't know. The more I've been playing Magic Online, the more I've been like, well, is it better? Underground Sea. I'm gonna fire off this intuition into the face of their Archmage's Charm. This is a pretty good one to get into play. I mean, obviously, Gristlebrand is some hot tech. Atraxa is pretty good. Atraxa. What if we do Atraxa, Gristlebrand, and then like Galta? I could get Grief too. Grief is kind of hot. They just give me one of the big idiots. I think I do Gristlebrand, Atraxa. Do I want to like weave in a reanimation spell here? I could do the triple reanimation spell. I don't currently have a thing in the graveyard that I want to get back. I could get back Ledger Shredder. Gristlebrand, Atraxa, and then Galta. Galta to sneak out the Inkwell Leviathan. Could be Trench George. Trench George just kills people dead. They have the whatchamacallit spell. The hardest part is actually just finding where my threat is. I think it's just, I mean, Archon's also just good. Let's just get Archon in there. I mean, their plan is likely to counter the reanimation spell as opposed to countering the intuition. So we need to draw into any number of our tutors acceleration, tutors, our card draw, or another reanimation spell. They give us a GB. That's pretty good. I'm going to try and dance the dead my Atraxa. They have countered my Dance of the Dead. They haven't used this. They've played that. They've played that. Tainted Pact. I'm going to find Reanimate. No. 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 This is a bit quicker. Yes. Holy shit. Yeah, it's quicker. Atraxa. Oh, I didn't do the... I remember what I was like... I'm going to start talking about every new secret layer that we get. And then I just didn't do that. I should do that. After this match, I'll talk about the secret layers. Okay. What do we have? We didn't exile our Volk, so I kind of want this Wooded Foothills. We could grab a Gamble as our sorcery. I like Is It Charm? And then Sarah's Emissary is probably better than Trench George here. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Though it just gives the name, so you don't have that visual cue. Why not Galta? Why didn't I tutor up Galta? I didn't end up finding Galta. I guess I maybe should have. poop out this. We got a pretty strong gamble next turn, though. Yeah, I don't think I really want to take Fury. Timmy Dicey, welcome back for the 15th month. The Super Baker's Dozen. Wow. Thank you so much. That's a long time. The Super Baker's Dozen. Powerful. Also, like, I understand Arena too, because like if players that play a lot of Arena and they have a lot of wild cards, if they've already had to purchase a physical copy of this deck, it's kind of annoying to have to purchase a digital copy. And even though Arena absolutely costs a lot of money, it is less obvious in that, I mean, intentionally less obvious that you're spending money on it, you know? So I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of that. But like, yeah, admittedly, I shit on Pioneer a lot. If Arena had Pioneer, I might play more Arena in my spare time. Because then that would, you know, it's like, well, this is an RC format, and it might be fun to like go to an RC with a bunch of friends. I've thought about like playing in some of those. I know, are the modern ones still going on? Like, I think about how fun it would be to play in tournaments, you know? Oh. So I could Is It Charm this, and I probably will. Counter. You like my impression of Guilty Gear? Of the titular Guilty Gear? Counter. I could leave this alive, or I could let them unexpectedly absent this. But I kind of like just doing this. I think they should have let their portent resolve in case they have Force of Will or whatever. Like, it might make me, I mean, there's more of a, there's more hesitation on my end if they don't do anything. What do I want to do here? Am I attacking? I'm going to play this. I'm going to fetch. Yeah, Totsugeki. I mean, finding Shallow Grave doesn't do it. They're at 20, and it would reanimate one of the big idiots that we find. Let's start with a mental note. A Dread Fugue and a Mana Confluence. All right, well, surely I'm not going to lose this gamble. 20%, or sorry, no, that's not true. It's a 60% chance. Right? Oh, I think concede! Because I get a reanimation spell. I mean, actually, no, it's 20 because I don't care if I discard Flooded Strand. I get back Archon. Obviously, I want to discard one of these. So we have a 1 in 5 chance of getting mucked. I think this is when I'm going to bring in the peak. Guilty Gear Strive is a good album. Oh. Cut down deals with some of the things that they have. This hand kind of honks. Like, we have a way to put... Tinkwell is actually pretty good in this matchup. But my mana's a little awkward. Like, I'd get Triome on turn 1. Do I want to keep this? I kind of want to mulligan this. Ugh. This hand might be worse. But I'm going to keep it. I mean, is it that worse? It is worse. I think it's worse. On the draw... If I put this back, is it better to keep that? They resolve a Planeswalker. What Planeswalker are they resolving? Teferi. They play Teferi and tick it up. But this is going to be too expensive to get rid of Teferi anyways. Teferi's not that big of a deal. What does Bolt hit that Bloodchief's Thirst isn't going to hit in this? Yeah, I think it's this. I think it's this. This also lets me, if I draw Grief, it lets me evoke Grief. Which is, I mean, I could also draw Fury, but, you know. I tried playing Guilty Gear, and maybe, just maybe, now I will enjoy playing Guilty Gear again. Now that I have a better understanding of, like, I mean, it's a different game from Street Fighter, but I have, well, two things. One, I have a stick that actually works. And two, I have better understanding and appreciation of fighting games. I could give it another shot. Oh, oh yeah. So I could get a Triumph here, or I could get a different duel and leave Triumph in my list, my deck. So if I draw Triumph, I could cycle it. But I think I like having really good mana. I mean, maybe I get Watery Grave, or not Watery Grave. I can't get Steam Vents, right? With that fetch. Because we have this Urborg, which helps out a bit. Uh-huh. No, this can't find Valk or Steam Vents. Jund Reanimator? I mean, it's on my list. Straight blue-black Reanimator? Yeah, I've seen, I mean, I've seen every version of Reanimator under the sun. Straight blue-black, obviously the Grixis, the 4-color, the other 4-color list, the Esper list. Gonna clique me? It's kind of funny. This is where Bolt actually would be much better, because we could Bolt this. Does deck have Bone Shards? It did at a time. I don't think this particular version does. What do you want to hit? You want to hit this Treasure Cruise? I should have maybe gone to 5. They hit the Persist. That makes sense. It's okay. They're not that high pressure of a list normally. But you better believe I'm going to fire off a kicked Bloodchief's Thirst. There's the Teferi. Teferi's a little awkward to deal with. You know, like obviously if I reanimate something, then not being able to have it stick around because the Teferi is a bit awkward. Oh, well, that's convenient. My guess is they have something, because if they didn't, they would just return and bounce. But I'd rather get the Spell Pierce out of their hand now. Or even like a Daze. Oh, they just... It's okay. And then next turn, we can bolt this and fetch and then try a Treasure Cruise. Yeah, Bitter Triumph's a cool card. I wouldn't mind trying. Instant speed's pretty big. JVP. That's a little scarier than Clique. Fluting is a pretty good draw here. Bitter Triumph is just better Infernal Grasp? No, they're different cards. What? These are two different cards doing different things. You and you. Magic players don't say X is better than Y challenge impossible level. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The click's still on the board, which is a bit of a pisser. Oh, is there a world where I wait to grief before I cruise? Can I afford to do that? I think I could probably afford to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could flashback this Faithless Suiting. Don't really want to discard. I could discard this on a random card. Is that better? He uses my mana. We have... Yeah, I think that's fine. They might even counter this one. Ooh. That's pretty good. Don't really want to grief here. Very similar cards. Bitter Triumph just has more options for one more life cost. No, that's not correct. It, oh shit. Damn, they really have the beatdown. Bitter Triumph is an additional cost. Right? 3 is more than 2. Bitter Triumph is an additional cost. So if you're against a pressure deck with like Spell Pierce, like you're just gonna fucking die, right? Like you have to pay that cost, which it can work to its benefit. Ooh, that's a pretty good hit. That's a good hit. Is there a world where they have 2 cards in their hand? Iona's pretty strong here. I'm going to grief you. Yeah, they're just different cards that do different things and have different counterplay. And like that's okay. You can make a comparison between the two, but like they're different. One is not necessarily better than the other. They play into different meta, like they play into different answers, into different roles. Like, yeah, they do different stuff, and I think that's okay. Sorcery speed. This is actually kind of a pisser because I want to grab, I guess I'm naming white anyways. So I'll get rid of the instant speed one. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I can get rid of grief, which is 8. Oh, I only need 7. So I think I'm actually going to cruise first. They have prismatic ending in their hand. 1, 2, 3. Huh? I'll hold on. Let me play this game and then class will be in session. Black. Yeah, oh, I could have gotten Stitched Together. I always forget about this card because I cut it occasionally. I mean, Animate Dead is okay. Do we wait to cruise until after grief because we're scared of it getting countered instead? Well, it's just like grief gives us the most information to see how we should play out our turn. You know? I'm getting Animate Dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I should have went for the whatchamacallit, the Stitch Together, but I forget about Stitch Together all the time. All right, well, one time don't draw your Caracas or your or like, well, they have Brace and Borrower here. I'm going to choose white. Also, if I get Stitched Together, I don't have to worry about prismatic ending. I don't think I'm attacking with this card just yet. Ooh. Blocking this so they don't have like a potential bounce their own thing to bounce this. Getting me it to 2. They have Prismatic Ending in their hand. Ooh. I'm going to Izzet Charm and kill this. This hits them for 6. And then I mean, Intuition for Inkwell. Does it even do anything? I think actually developing this Vohar is better because it lets me Demonic Tutor. Yeah, there are a bunch of things I could have. Okay. So let's, I mean, I could use this as a moment to talk about the whole Bitter Triumph Infernal Grasp. So Infernal Grasp has some strength in that its life loss is less than Bitter Triumph and it's on resolution, meaning that like how often there are spots where you are obviously going to Bitter Triumph and kill a Planeswalker, right? And that's going to be relevant. GG's Almighty Cheddar WPs. But like, you don't necessarily build decks through by like a strict regimen of you can only have like Y play X instead of playing Y, or you can only have this kind of effect or one of this kind of effect, you know? And like, even if Bitter Triumph isn't, or not Bitter Triumph, even if Infernal Grasp isn't hitting Planeswalkers, maybe there's a reason that you are including that card in your list because your deck already has a better game against Planeswalkers, or that you just don't care about Planeswalkers as much, right? There's a reason that your deck that is including this one card over the other one might take that avenue, in that you're like just looking for something that'll cleanly kill something on the board for 2 mana, no questions asked, that has a little bit of a downside, but that downside comes on resolution, you know? And while Bitter Triumph has the flexibility of hitting Planeswalkers, and also the flexibility of discarding a card as an additional cost, right? It's Bone Shards, it's instant speed Bone Shards. That is an additional cost. And in a format with so many free counterspells, cheap counterspells running around, like if you can't take advantage of that discard effect, then you are going to get blown the fuck out by a Vendilion Clique Spell Pierce deck, or by a Tarmogoyf Spell Snare deck, or by a young Pyromancer, any young Pyromancer or Third Path Iconoclast style deck, right? Which is a bulk of this format. Like, you get what I'm saying? Is that though the things that Bitter Triumph doesn't play in, that plays into worse than something like Infernal Grasp, those game actions and combination of cards are present in the best decks in the format. So maybe that's not the best call if you're just looking to include a cheap instant speed card that kills a thing, right? Like, cards are not really evaluated in a vacuum because we don't play them in a vacuum. We play, like, you got to look at the card in the context of Canadian Highlander. There are certainly, you know, there are going to be cards that you'll run into where you're like, okay, well, this hits more things and I can take advantage of the discard in these certain situations. So this card is surely better, right? But those situations and those game states are like, they are like, it's hard to acknowledge those while also trying to evaluate it in a vacuum. You know what I mean? Right? Like, you shouldn't do that because that's just not how Magic is played. But also, anytime people do try to evaluate it as though, like, look, on a scale from 1 to 100, this card hits higher, is that they still will always be like, and here's why, and then present a bunch of game states, and it's wild. Yeah, if I can pass off anything, look, I'm not the best Magic player in the world, obviously. But the one thing that I do I will take some pride in is that I think I have pretty reasonable card evaluation. And understanding the context in which a card a card earns points or becomes strong based on like how you are actually using the card in the format that we are discussing, or what happens like when I cast this card and I'm against this opponent or this player, or if I run into an issue, like how is this card going to operate in the best case scenario, in the worst case scenario, in its median case, you know, like, yeah, it's not easy, but it's worth it. GG's Almighty Cheddar WP. Yeah, I feel like this is not the greatest matchup for you. Although that second game when you had the pressures, you know, you kind of need that combination of pressure plus the disruption to try and get rid of me. Fight me, please. Optimism is generally a good virtue, but it really requires balanced magic with a pessimistic. How bad can this go? Case in point. Yeah, I mean, like having... like saying like what's the worst that can happen, like what's the worst scenario and how is this card going to function in that is not necessarily pessimistic. That's just like, that's, you know, foresight. that's like understanding what you can do in a high pressure position. If I'm on the play, I kind of like this hand. It kind of rips. I think like we have a lot of card selection, we have good mana, we have hand attack, we have a reanimation spell that is usually not one that you want to have early on, but like land, Faithless Looting gives us 3, fetch land gives us 4 plus Serum Visions, which gives us 5. Like fetch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this can reanimate basically the turn we need it. So I'm going to keep. Oh bless. I'm keeping this on, I'm keeping this hand knowing what my opponent is kept this 7 as if I didn't know what you were playing. I tried to do this in a lot of the matches. I don't know if people fighting me do the same, but I always try to keep my hands as though I'm like in, like I don't know what my opponent's doing. Maybe I should stop doing that, but I don't know. I find it creates a more realistic, like I sat down against an opponent at a tournament. I've never met this player. Would I keep the 7 in the dark? And the answer is yeah. I want to fire off the... This is probably getting bad lands, and I want to... But I want to use these 2 fetches. So like Underground Sea into Badlands lets me Serum Visions into Faithless Looting. I could Fluting, but I kind of want to see if I can draw a threat to Fluting away. Cat and Bows, welcome back for the 9th month. How you doing? Apologies for the delay. I was in the tank regarding card evaluation. I don't want Treasure Cruise because it's going to fight with the other things I do. We drew another land, so I'm just going to bottom both. But like when you're evaluating cards, it's also worth, you know, not just going like, okay, how is this going to function in a spot where I'm completely shreked, right? Or I'm completely out of luck, or I get, you know, smushed. Because like in a format like Highlander, sometimes the answer is just like, well, you just fucking die. What'd you expect? And that it's good that depending, like this is going to vary from deck to deck, but it's pretty reasonable to build your deck in a way that is going to like build your deck in a way that you assume it is going to do what you designed it to do, you know? Like this shows up with like eggs, and when I play eggs or paradox and stuff, and like people that are not super familiar with the format are like, oh my god, so lucky, kappa kappa kappa. And it's like, well, I kind of built the deck to do this, you know? They're thinking about mental misstepping my Faithless Looting. I could have led on Dreadfugue here, but I kind of like the explosiveness of if I mean, we could draw We could high roll them. But also lets me get this Dread Fugue out. Now, this might whiff if they have Hulk in hand and they're looking to Flash Hulk, if they're looking to A+B. If they have Flash, then this is pretty all right. Yeah, they do. Wow. Oh, gaming. I mean, don't feel too bad for them. They have a profane tutor coming off the stack soon. And they have the Sea Beyond in their hand, which is draw 2, shuffle a card in. So they Sea Beyond, they drew 2, and then shuffled away something, and they look to hit their land drop. Okay, this is not ideal. But I'm going to Fluting. Don't need all of this removal. But I rather, like, I'm not going to cut down anything in this matchup, but I might need lands. It would be funny if we somehow get their Hulk in their graveyard and can reanimate it. Okay, I'm tapped out. You're resolving a tutor. Am I dead? Am I dead? They have to regrowth or like Snapcaster Mage the Flash, which if they drew Hulk, then... Okay, solve the equation. Do you have Noxious Revival in your deck? They have Noxious Revival. Okay. Archon of Cruelty. It's a card that I wish I could discard. Mental Note. Well, that's kind of funny. Does that do anything for me? Not really. Because they're Noxious Revivaling the Flash. Just stealing their Hulk. That they don't, doesn't matter anymore. Because if they get the Abolisher line, I can't do anything. If they get the Ginger Brute line, I can't do anything. So I'm going to play this Fiery is Lit, and I'm going to draw a card. Assuming that I'm dead. I see. If we have Archon here, then we're able to win. But we drew the Archon instead of milling the Archon. What's the Ginger Brute line? So the Ginger Brute line involves them casting Flash. They get the Hulk going. And then they are going to find Cauldron Familiar, Sylvan Safekeeper, Ginger Brute, Sack Outlet, Samwise. And then it has an extra food on the table. So they can... Ah, they just did it for me. Thank you. So even if I somehow kill the Cauldron Familiar, or like I just don't have an opportunity to catch them where I could Necromancy the Cauldron Familiar, you know? The other line is just getting Grand Abolisher, which also I can't get it. Like right here, I could try to, presumably if I had the mana, right? I could try to Necromancy their Cauldron Familiar. But because, I mean, first you just let the Samwise triggers resolve, but you can like occasionally catch people. Yeah, you get any number. It just has to equal 6. That match was closer than it looked. I mean, that's the case with any of these combo matches where it's just like, well, I could kill you, but you know, you killed me. Oh, I can't keep this hand. We don't have another land. Yeah. This hand I can keep. Ooh, the Galta? The Galta, though? Keep. I mean, Galta being a 12/12 just kill very quickly. Is it Charm? It's probably founding the third path, actually. Because we can keep up Is it Charm, maybe catch them. Catch them in a tough spot. You and you. Maybe this Vohar is going to get us some value. No, they're hand attacking me. Didn't want to probe because I wanted to try and, I mean, we still might get to probe. I wanted to probe to see if I actually need to Is it Charm or not. I'm gonna probe now because if we draw a reanimation spell, it's pretty hot. Are you for real? They're just gonna turn to me. They need blue mana, but oh. This sees more cards. Discard. Do I want to discard Iona? Is it better to keep it in my hand? Because I'm going to be reanimating Galta. Is it Vohar? No, okay. I'm trying to think if they want a treasured find to get back Dragged Fugue, which is kind of funny. Or if they just want to... Maybe they have something else like El Damri's Call? This is funny. Snapcaster, Faithless Looting, or just Faithless Looting. Give me the flute. Give me the flute. Okay. Yeah, the call. Oh, they have a fucking Wild Cantor. Oh god. Oh my god, Wild Cantor. Good game, good TV. GG's. Must be nice. Alright. Let's fight Jean. Fight me, please. Did I start the music? I never started the music. Nobody mentioned it. Why did nobody mention there was no music? Oh, somebody literally just mentioned it as I'm talking about it. How do I feel about running Villas in a Bowmaster's world? I mean, it draws me the cards. Also, didn't I mean, I'm probably cutting Villas for Carnosaur. This on the draw, it doesn't, I don't have a 1-mana card. We have, oh yeah, drawing Bowmasters and Villas is going to kill me. Yeah, it should probably just be Bowmasters. Villas could actually just be Bowmasters. Damn. Villas also kills Bowmasters, and then we just die. I don't know if I want to keep this. I mean, it seems... Yeah, I'll keep. Am I not on Bowmasters in this deck? No, but I probably should be. I have black mana in my mana pool.
Well,
currently.
Abusing magic.
Yeah. How dare you?
No.
Yeah, they always have it. Basic Forest. Whoa. Iona is usually pretty good into Basic Forest deck. The music only for those 2 to 3 seconds? Wait, what happened? Why did it reset? The stream's cursed. Hungry Pang, welcome back for the 3rd month. What up? How you doing? How you been? Thank you for the 3 months. Wall of Blossoms? Is this Defenders? There's no way. Oh, I got the Xander's Lounge here. Don't have a thing to grief just yet. Let's get out of this bird. The Void Melody, welcome back for the 53rd month. This is far too long and I don't want to think about how many years this is. It's only like 1, maybe. Yeah, let's go with 1. Is it comforting if it's only 1? Wow, the 1 year. What does he play? Dude, for you, it's free. Holy shit. I've got a gift, folks. I got a beautiful, something beautiful just stopped on my door. Oh my god, it is Defenders. Oh, Lamau. Oh no. I'm dead when they get the Arcades. New fighting stick? I mean, I have that. Behold my walls. What am I worried about in this matchup? Blue cards and what? I mean, green's pretty bad. Blue and white's pretty bad. Is it finally Baby Nutta? No, I'm still out that like $300 from Baby Nutta. Or something ridiculous. Fire off the EIEIO. Is a charm to my hand. Shivan Reef on the bottom. Exile the Urborg. Play the Urborg. Don't have a thing for my grief. Thankfully, my opponent's not doing too much. Your 3rd favorite streamer? That's so fucked up. Who are your first 2? Your 3rd? Who's number 1 and who's number 2? No, you gotta tell me. If they're better than me, then I'll allow it. Number 1 is Bernie Sanders. Oh, I got some bad news about Bernie Sanders for you. LSV? I mean, that's fair. that guy's pretty good at magic. Ooh, Snapcaster EI. Or we could just, is it Charm? I don't know. Behold my walls, and then this is kind of funny. Like it's, blue and red. I think I'm gonna just loot. Surge is number 2. Okay, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That's so brutal. You have to have better taste. You know, you gotta LSV, I understand. Surge, you gotta have some more self-respect, you know? Yeah, mods. I mean, who amongst us hasn't been gotten by this extremely sketchy crypto scam and then pull your co-host into it without them being like totally sure, you know? Yeah, I guess I'm doing this. This may have been like a moment where I wasn't actually supposed to play the Urborg. I'd put I would gladly put myself, if I'm in the same company as Caleb but below Caleb, that's fine. I'll take, look, I know my place. I know my worth. Thank you, Pywo's mom. Thank you. They cycle the step through. Oh. They don't have the mana to kill me, though, which is nice. Unless they go, like, Flooded Grove. It's wild that we haven't found another black card for this Grief, because I want to fire this off. Depending on what they do, I might just fire off this Grief anyways. Although, like, Spellseeker for Ephemerate is pretty gross. Like, Spellseeker for Ephemerate means that I can't actually grief them, right? Because I grief and they I grief, they ephemerate, and then they just find whatever. And then the rebound is what gets me. It's great that they're playing defenders. It was on my list for decks to play. Sticky note. So I have this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 30, 34. We have 34 decks that I have to rebuild in 35, actually, because I haven't even shown off the cool gift. Gift is a strong word, but I mean, granted, given who it's from, it certainly is a gift. Ooh. I think we stitched together Iona for white. I stitch together this Iona for white, and then I fire off the cruise. Right? Play this. Add a black, stitch together. You have the Diamond Valley that taps for mana. You need it because you have the infinite toughness combo, I think. If they added, is it Pemminzor is they need Pemminzor for the infinite toughness combo? The hell is this? Why they're playing Bant Defenders? Name white. And then I'm going to fire this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I get rid of... I don't need Inkwell for this matchup. Yeah, this isn't going to be an Inkwell matchup. I mean, they have an island, but no, I don't need Inkwell for this matchup. Really just looking for a black card for this Grief. That's a good black card for Grief. Or I could just hard cast Grief. Wow. I don't want to just get Grief in my graveyard. It also lets me chart a course. Hey, Bant Defenders has put up a 3-1 result. Several 3-1 results. Oh, Ah, yes, Wall of Kelp, Wall of Frost. It's pretty good. Get in there, Ledger Shredder. Pop off with this chart, of course, to just draw 2. Ooh. Okay. Wall of Denial would stop Iona. They can't cast it. My chosen color is white. Wall of Kelp Son or Wall of Kelp Daughter? I mean, I would either. Yeah, they have to be different, right? It has to be like Wall of Kelp Son or Wall of Frost Daughter. That joke has lost all meaning to me. I genuinely don't remember. Is it Gay Son? It's Gay Son Thought Daughter, right? That's the original. I was trying to... Your bravery knows no bounds. Your bravery knows no bonds, James Bonds. All right. For the respect of my opponent, I'm not going to show off this list yet, but after this match, I'm going to show off this sick list that I received. What the fuck? This is kind of dope. This actually is kind of dope. If somebody can guess what it is too. Neoform. Oh shit. That's a blue-green card. Is there a wall that's going to get rid of my... I mean, they could find Arcades. Yeah. They can't cast their Wall of Kelp, though. They don't have double blue. The music died? What is going on? No, it's just quiet. The music's just quiet. It's still going. This is truly the day that music died. Oh, the Eternal Witness for the Spellseeker? Fuck. You can... I mean, given the cards in your hand, probably not. They could generate infinite mana in this deck. Ooh, yeah, let's discard this. Yeah, creature with more power than toughness. They should, defenders should be obligated to play Skullwinder. It's kind of wild that we haven't received another 3-mana Eternal Witness effect that is like triple green or something, you know? Like, I don't know, redundancy is kind of cool to me, right? I know we got Timeless Witness, I know we have Gloom Shrieker and whatnot, but like, I think redundancy is pretty cool for Cube or for Commander, and maybe just like a version of Eternal Witness that is like more like a 1/3 or whatever. Okay, check this out. This was sent to me by Canadian Highlander legend Brett Frankson. Hermit Oops Belcher. The MDFCs are in the sideboard, so you can search it meaningfully. So this is a 0-land Hermit Druid Goblin Charbelcher Oops All Spells deck. You got your Bridge from Below. You got your Eladamri's Vineyard. Got Magus of the Vineyard. This is wild. Yeah, this has some sick cheese in it. I'll add this to the list because I'm down to clown. I'm down to play something goofy. I mean, after Reanimator, I have to play the Ixalan decks. Like, once I can rent the Ixalan cards, I'm going to at least play Merfolk. Maybe vampires, but at least merfolk. Oh yeah, you gotta have serum powder. Why is there a peak in my sideboard? Because it was in the main deck and I wanted to remind myself what I actually cut for Ghalta. This seems a little slow. And this seems a little 0 lands. This seems a little 0 lands. Sure. I think the third path is kind of hot. Do I need fluting and careful study? I don't think so. Does Moto get all the commander cards? Yes, but some of them take a bit longer. They typically will, they might stagger them. It's hard to say because of with Daybreak taking over. They've been pretty good at getting stuff out as soon as they can, except for stuff that has issues with licensing and like programming issues. I think I want a mental note here. I'm going to shock myself because I can't imagine myself taking that much damage. The sack monkey? What's the sack monkey? The sack monkey? Oh, the goblin. I don't know if they're on yet. They're on soon. If they're not already on Magic Online, then they will be shortly. I mean, we could probably check. Go to store.loadingreadyrun.magiconline. Commander. Yeah, you can buy them. Oh wait, no, none of these are the ones that I saw it. I'm like, yeah, it's Enduring Enchantments, of course. Featured. It's probably the featured, right? Oh yeah, Caleb was playing it. I saw Caleb was playing it. Why are those decks so pricey? How pricey are they? They're like $30 or something. You know, these decks are extreme. Like, there are people that only play Magic Online, right? Like, that's all they play. They don't use paper cards. They only play Magic Online, or they just like don't have a community. Oh, and so like, yeah, maybe they play. Maybe they just like, it's all they play is Commander on Magic Online with their friends across the world or whatever, and they don't want the paper cards, and so they'll just buy the Commander decks for $30. They'll pay $30 and they'll have a blast instead of paying like $70 or whatever. Like, the physical decks are extremely expensive, right? And they've only been getting more expensive. I want to discard Ghalta and this lightning bolt. I don't think this lightning bolt is doing anything against the defender deck.
Eggs. E-double-G-S eggs.
They're $40. Pi will back for the 48th month. Wow, 4.8 years. Me no math good, so yeah. Look, Magic Online is a simulator, right? It lets you simulate playing Magic the Gathering. And that's pretty hard. Magic is a fucked up game. Oh, Wall of Resurgence? Wait, no. Wait, no. My lightning bolt. I mean, I guess I could bolt their land if I really need to. They have a clock now? They have a clock next turn. Do proxies? Yeah, proxies are cool. Some people just like not, there are folks that don't like proxies just because they like the cards. There are a lot of people that play this game for different different reasons. There are a lot of people that play this game for a variety of reasons. And I think that's pretty cool. And I'm going to duress you. Vanifar? Oh, sheesh. I don't know if I can actually beat that. Do they have a land? They didn't have a land. Okay, so we need to get this Thoughtseize out here. We need to resolve this Founding the Third Path, get Thoughtseize and Thoughtseize them. Is Defenders really a deck? It's definitely closer to a meme deck than a real deck, but it is a deck that has, it's not as bad as it looks. It's a, bringing it against Reanimator is unhinged, but like, I've seen this deck like go 3-1 multiple times at local events. Now, albeit there were also some not great results thrown in there. But look, if you can 3-1 an event, you can 4-0 an event. And if you can 4-0 an event, then people are going to say it's playable. Oh, they drew the land off their Wall of Omens. We might want to cast something from our graveyard. Yeah, I don't really need this Brute. This Brutality's not doing much here, right? They have the Wall of Mulch, though. I need to get this Prime Speaker Vanifar out of here. Oh. 1 second, gotta open the door for the cat. Hi. Yeah, come on in. Hi. Hi, Bubba. So I can shrink this. I don't really want to get anything off this. This is so wild. I can't believe I have to stop. I have to JVP this. Also, yeah, the Galta, maybe Galta is more for the like turbo version of this deck. Oh, fuck. Because like we currently do not have any creatures. What is the weirdest deck I've played against in the vein of how is this even working against me? I mean, I did play against this deck once. Oh, Gesundheit. That's a hard question to answer because a lot of people have brought some weirdo shit. I can speak for like decks that I've piloted, but like it. Oh, thank you. But like that I played against, I don't know. Some of the weirder decks that I've played with, you have Vampires. Vampires is a weird one because you're just like, how am I losing to this? And then you die, and it's like, oh, that's how I'm losing to this. Wait a minute, why are they at 40? Like, why is the Vampires player at 40? I once played, this was more of an experiment than anything. I once played a mono black mid-range deck with the intention of going on the draw. I played a mono black mid-range deck that was built with the idea that I would just go on the draw every game, which was kind of funny. My thought process was that that one of the issues with mono black was that the cards are all like they're primarily reactive, or you're playing some big things that are trying to go over the top of what other players are doing, but your big things do get answered pretty like cleanly. And so the idea was that you were like on the draw and you could like, you know, you could hit them with your Hymn to Torak after they've played, like they play a creature and you could kill it, untap Hymn to Torak, and they've expended the most resources without actually building anything to the board. And it's just them being down on a card and you being the reactive player. Like you were up a card, you were the reactive player, you mulliganed a bit better. Like it was, I'm not saying it was correct, but this was the intention. Yeah. I 3-1'd with that list 2 times, and then I didn't play it again. And I don't, yeah. We got an eye boogie. Big eye boogie. And then, oh no! Wait, hold on. This doesn't let defender creatures attack. This does make my JVP useless against this animated creature. You got another eye boogie. Just getting all the eye boogies out. God, what else? I had one in mind that I've played that I found was pretty... I mean, Time Walk Goblins was pretty funny, but that was also just like, I can't believe this is working. I can't attack with my Goblin token. Ooh, the Watchdog. I had another one in my head that well, I can't persist my Golta. Yeah, it's Merfolk, but not Merfolk is still has some issues. But Merfolk did gain a lot of good cards. Like it's not often that a deck gets like 7 improvements, 7 upgrades. So neither of these cards really do what I want. I kind of just want to cash in both of them. Like Grief is kind of cool, but they have 1 card in their hand. I guess I could figure out what it is, but it doesn't actually do anything to the board. I need to like just find a proper tutor, and then Persist lets me rebuy Grief. Ooh. Well, in this case, I might actually just cash out this Jace, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack Huatley. And then I'm going to chart a course, and I'm going to Jace my chart a course. Or I'm going to chart a course and then see if I need to Jace my chart a course. Because that'll just put me up cards. I need to get something going, or else I'm at the mercy of them top decking a kill spell. Like a Rolling Stones. This sounds very, very funny, but I'm being for real here. we might just fucking die. Arcanist can't attack into this. I need to just find a heavy hitting card. Not that. CD Mac, what up? Welcome back for the 3rd month. When's the food deck coming to a Friday night paper fight? Oh, I mentioned this on stream a couple days ago. It's like the idea was to play that deck on a Friday night paper fight where we're all playing food, and then Surge moved. So when Surge comes back, then we're going to be doing it. But even then, it's just like, it's a little, like we're going to be like a set away. What an asshole. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, God. We just have not seen a tutor or another. We've been churning. Haven't seen something.
His name's Wheeler. He's a trained duelist.
Boolean, thank you for the 100 bits. Been a fan for years. Just joined the Highlander Discord and played first in-person games this past weekend. No local scene really. Just me and another guy had a blast. Mostly an old school webcam player recently. Love your content. The VODs on YouTube. Well, thank you for the kind words. Oh shit, my Iona doesn't do a thing. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the kind words. Glad to see that you've joined the. You've been welcomed to the fold. Whereabouts, if you don't mind doxing yourself, whereabouts do you live? Because often when people say there's no local scene, there might just be a local scene. This has happened several times. Oh, you're in Alabama. Oh, I have talked to one person about from Alabama about Highlander before, and if that is not you, this was in 2009 or 2019, not 2009. Excuse me, 2019. So you're not alone, but I wish I could be more help. You know. Legend tells of somebody from Alabama that plays it. You're in SA? Oh, where in SA are you? There was there are SA players in Joburg that play. Oh, you're in Cape Town. Okay. Holy shit. Please, I'm begging you. Get in chat to talk. Everybody, come on, dox yourself. Okay, Impulse will find me a thing. I've Exhume. Oh, that just kills me. I can get Shallow Grave. Exhume is just going to give them Vanifar, and Vanifar kills me. I guess I can try to set up. Oh, that's a good magic card. Holy shit. I can't even Trench George kill them because they have so much toughness. Oh no. How do I beat this? Like, how do I actually win this game? They're going to be at a bajillion life, and I can't even Trench Gorger kill them with Shallow Grave? Oh, please don't high alert me. No, don't high alert me. That's a lot of mana. Green Sun for Arcades? If it's Green Sun for Arcades, I think I'm dead. Ring to Light for 3. They can't find High Alert off that. Is there a creature that lets them do it? Assault Formation is an enchantment. They can find Eldritch Evolution or Neoform to get Arcades. This is wild. We have just like not 24 cards. And like the only reanimation target we have is Galta. Maybe this is a good reason to be like, we shouldn't be playing Galta, you know? Maybe we should return, maybe we should cut Galta and obviously get Orcish Bowmasters in here somewhere. Maybe we just need another big thing. I mean, Carnosaur. Carnosaur feels like a card you can add that doesn't count towards your big creature account, though. They're finding Eternal Witness to get back Vanifar, to get back Ephemerate. Maybe they don't have Eldritch Evolution in their deck. But then they could need... Arcades is 4, right? I guess they're not attacking for lethal. Well, they are. I'd have to block, but... They have Neoform, yeah. I don't know. This deck is... It has some very... like, people look at the walls and just kind of laugh, but it has some pretty awkward, like, game lines to take, you know? Underground Sea. I'm gonna fire off this Intuition. I mean, Sarah's Emissary is pretty good here. Sarah's Emissary, Archon of Cruelty, and I've already used Fluting. I mean, I guess I get Trench George. I could get a Traxa. I guess it doesn't matter which one gets into my hand, because if we draw Reanimation, we can reanimate Galta. And like, Atraxa could be the reanimation for Galta, actually. Atraxa could find us the Galta. It's also Atraxa. It's probably just like a good thing to get. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So they gave us that. I'm going to put the Sarah's Emissary in the graveyard and then Atraxa. So we're going to be able to Shallow Grave our Atraxa, which could draw us into a reanimation spell to get the Sarah's Emissary. Shallow Grave. It attracts. Come on, reanimation spell. Papa needs a reanimation spell. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy smokes. Well, I could Blood Chief's Thirst the Wall of Mulch. I'll take Vilis over Fury. I'll take... I forget if this list has Mystic Sanctuary in it. Oh, that's not the right one. No, I mean, I guess it technically works. Fury, really bad at dealing with walls. Do I have Mystic Sanctuary? I do not. Vilis. I mean, is it Charm? Shivan Reef. And then Blood Chief's Thirst or Unmarked Grave? Do I need more things? Blood Chief's Thirst. I can like tax them on mana. Okay. And Atraxa gets blocked by this Wall of Denial. I mean, I could try to Izzet Charm. Oh my god. Take the Ephemerate. I could try to Izzet Charm here. To loot. Red and a blue. Come on. 2 mana reanimation spell. 2 mana reanimation spell. Oh, amazing grace. This and Vilis, I guess. Order. Play this. Sleight of hand. If we draw a reanimation spell, we can Dark Ritual it out. Oh my fuck. Snapcaster Mage, I guess. We can Snapcaster Mage persist something next turn. They can just block with their Wall of Denial, but at least we get rid of their Wall of Denial. Do we want Thirst? I'm likely going to Thirst their Wall of Mulch to keep... I'm gonna Thirst their Wall of Mulch to keep them off cards. You know, the usual. This is wild. We have churned through so much of our deck. Yeah, Death Touch on Atraxa is extremely relevant here. Yeah, Archon plus Kiki's kind of hot. They do have Swords to Plowshares in their hand. And I'm taking... I mean, they can attack with both Witness and Reflection. I mean, if they Swords my Archon, then that's fine. Yeah, I could just hardcast Archon. Which is what I think I'm about to do. And then we can follow up with a Tainted Pact. Because I'm less worried about dying now. Dark Ritual. Cast Archon of Cruelty. What a weird game. What a weird game. It is really funny though. Like we could not do the Trench Gorge kill because of all their lands. Like that's pretty hilarious. Yeah, so they're saying right onboard tricks. I do think that you Swords to Plowshares this Archon still, but like you want me to go to end step to like force the issue, right? So that because now I get to attack and I get an additional trigger. There's a reanimation card. Are we just gonna draw like 3 reanimation cards in a row? Oh yeah, they're discarding the plow to the Archon. Right, never mind. They don't have time. Never mind. You don't have time to do it other than then, so you're good. For whatever reason, I thought they had an additional card in hand, but I think they played the Scalding Tarn. So, but they didn't know about the Archon. In my head, I was like, well, they don't play they draw a card and then they can Swords this Archon when it hits. I guess they know about the Archon from the intuition, but they don't know about the Dark Ritual. But you could maybe make the assumption that I will get this card in play. I don't know. Magic's hard. Magic's really hard, except when you're watching other people do it, and then it's really easy. Magic is so easy when you're just watching people do it. It is wild. Like, occasionally I'll watch... I don't watch a huge amount of Magic content, but when I do watch Magic content, it is so fucked up. Like, I'm just like, oh, you can't do this because this will have that, and this will... like, they'll hit you with this. And then it happens, and then the player's like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about this, didn't respect this. And it's like, yeah. Huh. Wow, this is what it's like to be a member of Twitch chat or like a YouTube commenter. This is wild. Like... Of course I'm going to see a line that Bosch and Roll's not going to see, because I don't have to deal with all the stress of being on camera and like making the right play in like a competitive league or whatever. No, I'm in my fucking pajamas in bed being like, oh, I mean, you're just going to get got by this if you do this. Seems risky. Yeah. Magic's really easy when you're just watching people play it. Is now the time? Oh, this is actually kind of hot. Oh no. Oh, do I have a life kill? Forgot if my deck plays Lotus Petal. All right, this is for the fans. Yeah, they're plus on block. Watching Magic is you just like it's the boost you get from Drive Rush, right? Rolling Stones lets it attack, but not give it power equal toughness. Yeah, it's GG's Gene WP. Now, I gotta tell you 2 things. One, there were multiple times where I could have just lost that match to a top deck from you. And 2, the amount of bravery that it takes to be like, oh, you're playing Reanimator? I know what I'm bringing. And you pick Defenders is sick. That's something you should be proud of. Also, just like, I couldn't kill you with Trench George. Like, I had like a Trench George line, but I couldn't kill you because I couldn't make my Trench George big enough to actually hit you, which is very funny. Wormy, please fight me. Please fight me. Oh, you know what I forgot to do at the beginning of the recording too? I want to start doing this, not for the sake of like hashtag engagement, but for the sake of, it's just sometimes when I'm like, I'm going to stream today. what am I going to play? What deck am I going to play? It doesn't line up, you know? And so, let me know, what deck should I stream? Like, I need suggestions for other decks to stream. Ooh. I'll keep. I think it's you. Pirates? Pirates is not a viable deck. Oh, it's my turn. What am I doing? I think I'm going a little slower here. Moonfolk? Stifle Knot? I haven't played Stifle Knot. 5-color Cascade stacks? Ooh. Allurin? Oh yeah, I could play Allurin. Does Allurin get anything? I mean, I want to play... I want to play some of the lists from Ixalan, but I'm not like married to them. Ponder. Oh, this card's pretty good in this match, but I don't think I want these other cards, so I'm going to shuffle. And I'm going to Vulture Manadork. Is the rack viable? Like Pox? We've got Pox. I mean, look, there's this list of decks. Pox is on here. Monogreen Stompy. Frobo Baggins? Frobo. Owling Mine is on this list. I updated Owling Mine recently. 420 Treefolk Burn. Oh, that's a... that's a little bit of a meme as a treat. Opt. Ooh, I want this magic card, but I don't know if I want to draw it. I mean, I just kind of get it stuck in my hand. But this is like the best card to have. This is tough. God, I wish this was Consider. If I put this in my hand, all I need to draw is a discard outlet, and then we're Gucci. So I think I'm doing that. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Treefolk Burn was a meme deck that someone got me to play on 420, like 5 years ago. Oh, Glowayne. Glowayne. Hey everybody, it's Glowayne. Top of the Glowayne to you. Oh, speaking of 420, I'm probably gonna have to go and take some meds. I took time off, like I wasn't streaming, but I also was staring at a screen. Like last week, I also did not do anything that had me out of the house. I think I kind of had a cold too. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Reanimate the Noble Hierarch. Seems good in hand. I just have I have A plus B, now I need to find C. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with this deck. Do I still shoot hoops? I could start shooting hoops now. Yeah, maybe I should start playing again. I haven't done it because it was like I was going too hard and it was fucking up the old body, but now I could probably do it again. And it's like the nice weather. I mean, it's cold, but it's the weather where you could just like, you can ball forever. You know, you heat up, just keep playing. Yeah, you know what, Hershey Bar? Good idea. Maybe I'll play some ball today. Oh. I heat up my balls? Yeah, don't you? Why wouldn't you? Okay, I need a tutor, I need or discard effects, something, anything. anything. I don't even know if it's enough because like we can get got pretty easily. We're at 12, which is a little bit of cushioning. Archon's probably taking out this. If they play a mana dork, it's awkward because then they just sack the dork. Then they we get this swords or path or whatever it is they have in their hand. Also, we're losing a shitload of life. And we're dead. I could reanimate this. We had the A and the B. We needed the C. We needed the C. The underground sea. Yeah, I'll play first. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see. That deck was not serving C, that game. Absolutely not. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to gamble for Entomb proper. But people know the memes, right? Gamble for Entomb. Oh, thank God. All right. Quite literally a gamble. A much faster game than the last one. Yeah, well, when you don't do anything. Jetmir's Garden. My life would be under the sea in a Jetmir's Garden in the shade. I mean, I'm fetching because if I Serum Visions and keep something on top. But then I also have Entomb. Ooh, Mystical Tutor is a pretty good hit. What if I go bottom and then top? And then I just fire off this Entomb anyways. I do think that I'm going to draw the Snapcaster Mage. Well, Mystical Tutor. I'm trying to think about like, how do I play around getting Endurance? Like, is there a way that I can set this up to have a good rebuild with Endurance? And like, Snapcaster is kind of hot, but Snapcaster also, like, if they Endurance me, then my Snapcaster Endurance plan, like my Snapcaster plan gets worse, but I can Mystical Tutor and then Snapcaster Mystical Tutor. They cut me saying Capybara, Coconut Doggy. I did the like Paul play Fetty Wap, but you know, of course they're gonna cut it. They never let me have any fun. Do I want to draw Snapcaster? Doesn't like I could just untap and do it. Like casting Entomb now saves me a mana, but it means that I don't have Snapcaster. I think Snapcaster is a powerful enough magic card that I'm going to draw here. Could have played this to find Badlands. But also don't hate, like, if I am worried about the potential... Gotta get Archon. If I am worried about the potential mucking, then, like, maybe I want to keep this to fill my graveyard. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Usually am. Yeah, Paul says hello and then shows you the recipe for crystal meth. Paul's got a Glock in his Rari. There it is. There it is. Swamp. So I could Mystical on my upkeep for Reanimate. Oh, I don't have, and then Snapcaster Entomb. Okay, yeah, no, I have it. Untap. Mystical, draw, Reanimate, Snapcaster Entomb, and then Reanimate. Mystical, underrated wrapper. Draw. The Urborgen play banner, but it's just a recipe for crystal meth. Fuck. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Snapcaster, yeah. They must have had nada. Okay. Okie dokie. Someone seems to be rotating a rat with their mind over my graveyard. Oh, I guess this deck probably makes me want to put Rat Thew somewhere else, like up here. Yeah, we do use our graveyard quite a bit. I got a mug in this hand. If this was a one-lander... Beautiful. Excuse me. I felt more like a cough than it did a gentleman's belch. Ooh, this hand fucks. Do I want the Fatal Push? I might want Fatal Push still. I'm going to Entomb into Animate Dead. I think I put back Iona and Fluting. Fatal Push is nice if they play Skoos. But I guess if they play Skoos, it just gets killed anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna just sip it and grip it. How many rats can I rotate in my mind? Can you believe that there are some people that can't even picture the rat in their mind? Their mind's eye. Oh, if you play Skoos right now, I'm gonna be so upset. Should have maybe kept that Fatal Push. Jar's pretty good. Temple Jardin. Oh. Go forth, Aeroligma. Well, that could give them the strength that they need to stick in the game. Do I have a big haste threat in this deck? I don't think so. That's something this deck's kind of missing out on. Like, I don't have a gigantic haste monster. Underground Sea. Would Admiral Brass Unsinkable be too OP without finality counters? Yeah, you could just like make a bunch of loops, right? I think you could just loop her with a bunch of stuff. I mean, we could get Sarah's Emissary. That seems kind of hot. We could just grab Archon. Archon is just like so good. I don't have a haste threat, right? You don't have haste. Yeah. I think it's Archon. Sarah's Emissary is pretty good. Like, can they actually beat Sarah's Emissary? Or is it, can they beat an Archon? They got 2 cards in hand. I'm going to grab Archon. They have 3 cards in hand, but I'm still going to grab Archon. Oof. And then if they blow up the Animate Dead, you can try and jamble. Just have to hope they don't have a thing here or don't draw a thing. Tyrannix Rex? Oh yeah, I forgot about that card. There were certain versions of Reanimator playing Tyrannix Rex. Please don't have a way of getting rid of my Animate Dead. Please don't draw it. Please don't draw it. Please don't draw it. Look at me. I'm the monarch now. I could jamble for reanimate doesn't do anything. I mean, if I high roll, it does a lot. I could faithless looting into. I think fluting is the better one to start off because then I can draw a red source. Yeah. So we discard Tinkwell and we discard Underground River. Any order. And I play this. I say yes. And I jamble. And then we go for the 1 and 4. Inkwell's really good. It's a stone cold killer against a lot of the blue decks. Where's my reanimate? QRS. You're up here. I always look for reanimate. Oh yeah, we got there. I always look for reanimate with the old border. All right, we're at 9. Price of progress, me. Lightning bolt. Price of progress. Got a rebuy. Commander Zelgo D, welcome back for the 29th month. What up? Got a Highlander stream. Woo. Glad to have you. Good to see you. Thank you for the support. We did it. We reanimated our big idiots. Huzzah. Haha. GG's WPs. GGWP, Wormy. All right, Grizzly Ozzy, please fight me. And then I think after this, I'm going to switch to a different deck. I'm gonna go take go for a smoke and then switch to a different deck. I'm gonna go take some medicine. Paul, play the psychedelic music. And then we can actually, yeah, we could switch to another deck. You know what? If we switch to it, I should get back into doing this because we did this when we used to stream. Is that like we didn't just play one deck for the entire, you know, length of the stream. We swapped around. Oh yes. Hold on. 1 second before fighting. Paul plays Fetty Wap. I want to look at the secret layer. Secret layers. Because there's new secret layers that came out. Isn't everybody fiending for my secret layer content? If I switch decks, would I rather run a back versus walls or play against a real deck? Gene, you do whatever you want. If you want to play eggs, you play eggs. So a bunch of new secret layers just dropped. And I said I would do this now. But I guess I don't want to look at the bundles, right? I just want to look at the, like this. So I know nothing about secret layers except for what people tell me. Oh, this is a bundle. Hold on. This, I don't want to look at a bundle. I want to look at the, maybe I do. What's the jungle bundle? Is that, oh, this has multiple things in it. I don't think that's what I want. I just want to look at the normal ones. I've heard of the Tomb Raider one, and I've looked at exactly Lara Croft, but there's, okay, so there's a Tomb Raider one, which is, there's probably a game coming out, right? Is there a game that's coming out for Tomb Raider? Or is there a new Tomb Raider movie? Something's coming out. There's a new Tomb Raider thing that's coming out. Or whatever, which is why there's a tie-in. I guess first, there's this Locust God, which is pretty cool. There's a, for every $200 spent in a single order, which is wild, there's a promo Locust God. I like the artwork. I don't like that this is technically a magic card, you know? Although it does have the text very The text is very flatly on the card, which I guess is a bonus. Flying feels like it's in such a weird place, though, right? For one thing, this version of Locust God, like, it looks grounded. It's sitting, right? For one thing, it's sitting, and there's no, like, you can kind of discern its back to be wings, but if you're not, you know, familiar with the card, and at a glance, you might not acknowledge that this has flying because it's also just not in its text box. It's very odd that they didn't put flying in the text box. I guess it didn't fit, but they have this chunk. I'm pointing at my screen like a chimp, but they have this chunk like underneath legendary creature god without it, which is very weird. You know, it can fly doesn't mean it has to be flying. That's kind of like Magic design. Like, no, you gotta, if it's got flying, you gotta show it in flight, you know. Laura is kind of hot. Yeah, it's Laura Croft. This is the only new card in the game. Laura Croft, Tomb Raider, which is a very good name. Green, blue, and a red for a 3/4 legendary human ranger with first strike and reach. Whenever Laura Croft attacks, you exile up to one target legendary artifact or legendary land from a graveyard. You put a discovery counter on it. You may play a card with exile or from exile with a discovery counter on it this turn. And then it has raid. At the end of combat on your turn, if you attack, you create a treasure. I think this card, like, this card has enough going for it that, like, maybe there's some deck that can play this in Highlander. Like, it's a 3-mana 3/4 with first strike and reach. This thing blocks like a champ and attacks pretty well. And then getting free treasure on your attack, and then you don't get the treasure before blocks, which is, you know, that's a part of the strength of something like the Fable the Mirror Breaker token, is that you get to attack, make the treasure, then use that mana to get rid of potential blockers. But that's okay. She attacks pretty well because she's a 3-power first striker with 4 toughness. And then casting a legendary artifact or legendary land, that's kind of funny. You can, like, channel a card and then play that land off the channel, or legendary artifacts. I mean, your Shadow Spear gets blown up. You could do some stuff. I don't know. It's got enough stats going for it that, like, it might end up showing up somewhere, but it is a little its abilities are unique, which I guess, you know, I'm okay with that. It's fine. It's whatever. I've moved past giving a shit about this stuff too much. Heart of the Explorer. Oh, it's a search for Azcanta. Okay. And then the Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin. Does Laura Croft run into dinosaurs? I don't remember dinosaurs being in Tomb Raider. Really? Were there dinosaurs in Tomb Raider 1? I guess as a kid, I was maybe focused on other things with Laura Croft. And, like, if I wanted dinosaurs, I'd play Turok. Huh. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Storms of Yamatai? Storms of Yamatai, which is Anger of the Gods. Hey, I saw this in the movie. Kiefer watched the Laura Croft movie recently. Grim Whisper is your Bow of Nylea. And Totek's Spear is Shadow Spear. Oh, this is going to make Moxfield unusable. Going to make Moxfield unusable. Kidez, the Sunken City. Oh. Yeah. Also, I mean, I guess I don't play Academy Runes in a lot of my Academy decks anymore, but no. Yeah, another Universe Beyond Shadow Spear. The treasure token, yeah, that's fine. Now we're back to Laura Croft. Okay. Yeah, I don't care, but this card seems neat, at least. And this isn't as hey honey, do you remember who the actor is that played Laura Croft in that Laura Croft Tomb Raider movie you watched? Okay. This looks close enough like the actor in that movie, but is not. 2019? No, not the Angelina Jolie one. The one that made like a bajillion dollars in China. It had to do with Himiko? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, and it's like not uncanny. Secret Lair, Jurassic World, Life Breaks Free. Is this the new Jurassic World? I gotta tell you, how many times can you do... I don't think Jurassic Park should have been more than like 2 movies, you know? Or like 2 good movies and then a third dog shit one. Like... Because it's just... it happens over and over again, right? Hey, Ben. What? Huh? Like, I don't know, like what color is that Indominus Rex? Oh, this card right here? Well, I would imagine that it's either blue or green. Or black? I would say that it's blue or green or black, but I would not... This feels like a card that would be at least like blue-green or green-black, you know? I'm okay for... It's Polyraptor? That's fucking hilarious. I'm okay... Like, that's a movie series where I'm like, I don't know if this really needed to be what it was. Like, I get that it was a cultural phenomenon. I mean, I was in that age group. Like, I remember watching like A Buddy's Birthday and Lost World, the third one. Like, the third one came out and we're like, oh, this is a big deal. But yeah, there's it's I don't know. Like, it just got milked, which is, of course it would. Atali? Sure, why not? I actually don't hate the layout of these cards. You know? I like that it tells you the actual name of the card down here, too. You know? Like, this one I don't actually hate. You have the name. It's very bold. You have the cool artwork. And you managed to fit all the words on here. I don't hate this particular layout. I don't mind, but it looks like the other ones are not. Yeah, like if you just have all the dinosaurs, like different dinosaurs with this layout, I think that looks great. This one I don't entirely like, and yeah, the like setup is like pretty inconsistent, right? Also, is this card called Anger Rampaging Ferocidon? Calling a judge because I played Meddling Mage on Anger and my opponent played this card? Yeah, it's Rampaging Ferocidon. Okay, great. And then... Oh, yeah, this looks a lot... I mean, it's a greener blue, but yeah, what the fuck? So is Indominus Rex from the new movies? I haven't seen the new ones. All I know about the new Jurassic Park is it's got Chris Pratt and he does this a lot, right? And that Lauren Lapkus and Bryce Dallas Howard are in it. Lauren Lapkus is in it. Bryce Dallas Howard is in it. And then there's the tourist that gets eaten alive. That's all I remember. Like from seeing memes or listening to people talk about it. Yeah, it's Jurassic World. Okay. I haven't seen it. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this layout. Obviously the colors are a little weird. And I like it. It's about as close to the Tyrannosaurus Rex as you know, it could be. This is the thing that I don't get about Jurassic Park 2. Where not Jurassic Park 2, the sequel. Is that like if I'm just like at this park, how is this scarier than this? Right? Or even this. Like, I don't know. The building of the stakes of being like, oh no, it's potentially a hyper intelligent dinosaur that's like really fucking big. It's like, okay, but a T-Rex is also just really big and like only just wants to eat and kill me. Like, the stakes for me, at least if I'm thinking about it, the stakes aren't exactly raised, right? It's the sword or the flaming mythical like sword that also, has a fantastical like anime backstory or whatever. It's like, no, a normal sword will do enough. It'll kill me. That's fine. I like this. No, what do you mean Jet Li multiverse? Okay. Oh, okay. Kiefer wants a secret layer that's from the multiverse in the Jet Li movie, The One. So a sword tooth isn't as Triceratops, which is a little weird, but sure. But this layout's great. Again, you have a cool, here's the name. You get to see the art. The artwork on the card isn't really just kind of smushed with all this extra bells and whistles. You have a border that is pretty, like, it's just, the color is nice. It's a green card. There's a lot of greens in here. You get what the creature does. You have the actual name of the card, which actually shows up before anything else. And yeah, this is a pretty clean, and I like this little thing, the little like Triceratops logo down there. I think this is a good layout. I like this card. My only criticism is that for clarity purposes, like I know that this is, I don't know, this is just like a very small thing and like it wouldn't actually look good. I'm not a huge fan of these like hollow or the transparent mana symbols, like using the negative space, I guess is what I mean, to show off the mana symbol. Is that it's in this card it kind of works, but in general I'm not a huge fan of that. And this card looks yeah, not great. Yeah, this card looks cheap. I don't know how to word it otherwise. This card just looks cheap. You know what I mean? This is like a card game that I would stumble on like my nephew playing. Not my actual nephew. It's like the card that you stumble on your like young cousin playing and you're like, oh, why did you waste money on this? Like, this is what? You know, you're like, oh, don't play that. Don't play that. It does not look, it looks like a board game card. You know, it looks like the Jurassic Park board game. It's like, oh no, you drew Spinosaurus. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess. I don't know. Okay, so overall, I really like the T-Rex and I like the Triceratops. Like, I could see if I still held my, like, just not a huge fan of these elaborate secret layers or the Universes Beyond stuff. But if I really liked Jurassic Park, like, yeah, I could see myself getting Tyrannosaurus Rex or Triceratops. Those look cool as shit, right? They look good, they're clean, they let you know what's going on, they're consistent. Even though this is, you know, a sword tooth to Triceratops, but the other ones are a bit of a poo-poo. So, you know. Yeah, they're iconic. It's also, this also probably just plays into my love of, like, can we just get a card that's a bird or like a deer or something? Because, like, yeah, these are just dinosaurs. Like, that's what I think Ixalan does that really well, is that, like, it uses the dinosaurs that are, like, really Ixalan dinosaurs sparingly, and that you just get a big fucking doofus. And that's cool, right? That makes it that when you get the, like, Gisath or whatever, you're like, oh my god, this is the apex predator, right? This is the king shit. of dinos. But it doesn't make the other dinosaurs any less cool because they're just, yeah, it's just a dinosaur. It doesn't take much. This is actually, hey honey, can I get you in here? Okay. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. I don't even want to spoil it because I just want Kiefer to see this card in particular. Oh, it's not even making it that bigger. Oh. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to click on this. Okay. Remember that card that I showed you earlier that somebody turned into Garfield? Well, there's a card that shows the guy that's hanging around the dragon's neck. And they made a secret layer of it. That's a real card that you can buy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I've seen it.
You seen this?
Yeah.
How have you seen this? This just came out today.
Oh, no, never mind. Thank you, I guess.
Oh.
No, worth my...
That wasn't worth it? Kiefer is unimpressed. It is just Jeff Goldblum. That's literally Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. But it's on a magic card. You don't get... never mind. All right. So there's this Jeff Goldblum secret layer. Which... Oh my fucking god. Okay, this is pretty funny. This is pretty good. All right. I hate that this is a magic product, but the fact that it is, and there's nothing we can really do about it, you know, sure. I know that this is like what he calls himself, but this is, I mean, it was cringe then, but at least it's like 90s cringe. This is just, this is so, I can't believe this exists. Tasha's hideous laughter for the is very funny. Yeah, I think that's how I feel, Black Lemon, that whoever designed this should either get fired or a raise, and I'm not entirely sure which one, maybe both. Maybe they like get fired, but they get like a massive severance payment, right? This is what's the first card you vividly remember? God, Faceless Butcher. Thought that card, I remember opening or seeing Torment and being like, oh my god, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, sure. I guess you could buy this. The Tassiger's pretty funny. It's so goofy. Tales of Time Stoppers. What are these they're all time related cards? Oh, they're done up like a graphic novel, like a comic. Beacon of Tomorrows. Everybody clamoring for Beacon of Tomorrows. I don't. What's this? Oh, get out of here. I'm trying to look at my Beacon of Tomorrows. I don't hate this because I like the art style. I think it fits for Magic. You got the name. The mana cost is up here. And then you got the, like, this reads well, probably because the audience for this kind of card has been reading this style, you know, previously. I think that the layout could maybe like you know, it does feel a little odd because it's a little lopsided. you know? But I don't hate this. I don't hate this that much. Oh, this I hate. Nexus of Fate. I hate this shit. Instant. Like, also kind of weird. Like, one of the things that I like about this layout is that they're not distorting the name, the mana cost, the card type, or the text. All the information that you need is like, it's in a different spot, but it's not like, it's still legible, you know? I'm not saying that this instant over here is not illegible necessarily, but it is like, what is this, a sta? Is that an N? Is that an N? Like, what's going on here? You know, I like pondering the orb. Like, why is it all melty? Why does the mana cost need to be melty? You know, I tend to think that these cards end up in the hands of folks that play primarily, they're either an incredibly invested player and that they will know these cards immediately, or they are a more casual player that is like, not casual in the sense of kitchen table, but casual in the sense of like that they will need to read their own cards or read other people's cards, and that this kind of thing might be a bit of a mess. Like the Magic Con, like a casual Magic Con attendee might run into this and be like, what the fuck am I looking at? You know? And especially because it's Nexus of Fate, it's kind of goofy, you know? This is the worse than the Beacon of Tomorrows, but this is not as, it's not as offensive. It is, this card in particular though is kind of offensive because it's Nexus of Fate. And so this is like the only printing of Nexus of Fate, it's not on the list, right? Like I mean, maybe it has been reprinted, but my recollection is that this card has not received a non-foil printing, which is kind of funny. I mean, this card is banned in Pioneer and like unplayable elsewhere, so I guess that's okay. But you know, if it gets unbanned in Pioneer, or if you are one of those people that are still trying to play like Nexus Reclamation in Modern or whatever, it just feels weird that the only non-foil printing of a card is behind this paywall. Oh, it's Time Reversal. Yes, my favorite card, Lime Rev Easel. I like the artwork on this one, and I like the style, but again, the mana cost I think is okay. Sorcery is at least legible. The text on the card is legible. I kind of wish that it was more drawn out, you know? Like, I wish that it was all along the bottom, closer to what they did for the Jurassic Park cards. This is a goofy one though. Like Lime, yeah. Lime Ray Easel is hell of a way to read this. Also, like, the foiling process must make it a little more difficult. Okay, this rocks. I'm okay with this one. This one rocks. Time Stop. It has the name, but like you can only get away with this on like exactly this card, you know? Time Stop. Here's the cost. Instant. End the turn. Done. Done. You can get away with this on like Time Stop, on Murder, on Counterspell. Like, that's it. So this one I'm okay with. I like this. This is very like, I'm going to cast Time Stop. What's that do? Well, it just ends the turn. It's an instant that ends the turn. Like, the turn's over. And that I'm okay with. And yeah, Quarthian, excuse me, brings up a good point, is that these wacky layouts are a bit better when it comes to instants and sorceries, because they're not sticking around on the table, and so you don't need to constantly like process like that is that card with that ability, you know? Which is why the Locust God is kind of funny to me. Where it's just like, oh yeah, I just need to remember that you have this triggered ability and you have this activated ability and that this thing has flying. I mean, this one, the layout's a little bit better for it, but you know, it's still in the line. Still in the line for that. There's a couple more, right? Myco Synthwave. You got a Myca Synth Golem. I know people love Synthwave, like this aesthetic. I don't mind it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's a little played out at this point. But it's a cool one, right? It's a cool one. It does feel that a little weird that this one is like, let me talk about these cards first. We got Myca Synth Golem, which I guess I can talk about all of them because Myca Synth Golem, Myca Synth Lattice, and then Myca Synth Wellspring. Wait, that's Myca Synth Wellspring? I guess it makes sense. I thought that was an Ichor Wellspring, but you know, it's the Myca Synth package. You can read these cards. They have the mana value, they have the name of the card, they have all the text, the power and toughness. All of this is legible, and it's clean. Sure, great, like it. You could see this card or this kind of treatment in a set, right? Like this layout and the treatment, this is something that could be in like a collector booster. And it is not, you know, it'd be maybe a little weird given like the fact, given what it's doing here. But yeah, I could see it. And yeah. Dr. Frankenstein, you're basically right. You were born in the, where did this aesthetic come from? I was born in the 90s, and as far as my meager mind was aware, things were never designed like this. Seems to be a fake retro aesthetic fabricated into the 2010s. It did pop up a bit in some pieces of 80s media and early 90s media, but a lot of the stuff in the 90s was kind of like building on and almost in a parody of the stuff from the 80s, but it's like... This popped up, but it's more like a really pushing the limits. It's like taking stuff that was present in 80s media and then like really pushing it to the limits, you know? And yeah, it's become a bit of a meme. It's become a bit of a, people love to hook onto this, you know? Yeah, this is fine. Inoffensive. Through the wormhole. The wormhole. Okay. If all the cards are like this, we already got a winner. Again, you can read the name, you can read the mana cost, you can read the card type, you can read what it does. Great. The artwork, the art style in this is gorgeous. It's straightforward. You got lightning greaves. What the? All right, we're getting a little into pop arty, or not pop art. What's the term I'm looking for? It's a style of art that is really popular on the internet. It's really fucking popular on the internet. Webcomic core. Sure, yeah. Yeah, big webcomic vibes. Bright colors. Oh, this is in Pick Crew. It has some anime influence. Like a pseudo-realism. Kind of like Schmandrew stuff, but not exactly. Like the bright colors, the vibrancy, the motion, like a lot of, I mean, obviously this one got a lot of movement going on here. A lot of color. No, it's not Steven Universe. Comic, yeah, very like modern comic books made in the modern age. Digital art comic books sort of thing. Yeah, I'm not saying this as a criticism. I'm saying this as like it's a thing that is very popular, and I imagine this set will be very popular. Post-anime Western art. Yeah. We got Lightning Greaves. Soul Ring. Oh, good. More Soul Ring. I mean, I like this. Like it's very, ooh, a ring around the sun. Yeah, it's people that grew up with Mobius. Thought vessel. A lot of it has to do with space too, right? A lot of it is oh, what the fuck were those? What was that t-shirt? There's like a company that made t-shirts with this, like graphic tees. It's very graphic tee, like late 2000s graphic tee. No, not Stussy. Yeah, it's I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. And then, oh, this is gorgeous. This is a nice command tower. Damn. Yeah, I like this set. I mean, it's not directly my jam, but I like this set. Like, I could see myself using this arcane signet or this command tower. Yeah, because they're just nice pieces. They're nice solitary pieces. The rollerblades on the Rings of Saturn gets to be a little out of my, you know, taste, but there's more Caverns of Ixalan. I promise we're going to play more Magic the Gathering too, but you know. Okay, so it's just the Ixalan treatment for a bunch of pirates, or no, it's for other people too. Captain Lannery Storm, Admiral Beckett Brass. I guess I should spend some time on them individually. So they had the coin, right? For Mom, they had like the coin artwork that I guess did not go over super well or something, or they just like, check out this coin for Galta and Mavrin, and it was just not, you know, either it didn't play super well to audiences, or they just wanted something. Oh, everyone hated the coins. Yeah, they're cute, but they're not like things that you want on every card, you know? I personally didn't like the coin. I like the idea of the coin, but in practice, it wasn't that great to have on a bunch of cards, you know? This border is much nicer. Still not my jam. I tend to prefer the normal border for my Magic cards, but yeah, this is much nicer. It's like a gives big vibes of like, I'm putting together a crew. We've got Captain Lannery Storm, and then it goes over, and then we got Beckett Brass. Like it's got like big snapshot, like, here are the members of the Turtle Club, or not Turtle Club. Here are the members, turtly enough for the Turtle Club. It's, you know, going over the members on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the one piece, yeah. There's the captain. There's Admiral Beckett Brass. Damn, that looks good. Hell yeah. You got Alenda, the Dusk Rose. Pretty cool. I like the symmetry. I like the symmetry. Somebody mentioned the flavor text on one of them. Was it this one? I believe in love at first shine. When two Smash Bros players get together. All the Weasels, welcome back for the 43rd month. How you doing? How you been? Big greet to you too. Thank you for the support. Lenda. Ooh, Kumena. I don't like it when the artwork cuts out part of the words. You can tell this is an A, right? And also just like not the important part is right here, right? Although they tend to do this on that Chandra, where it's on Chandra it's a little more confusing. Like Planeswalkers that have multiple versions of it, because you're like, what Chandra is it? And then you get to say like, oh, it's the Flame Caller or Torch of Defiance or whatever. But it's like, what Chandra is it? Breaking of Home? I think it's Home? I don't know. Is it Hope or Home? I think it's Beacon, you know, that kind of thing. But for legendary creatures, it's a little bit easier because you're like, this is Kumena. And it's like, what Kumena is it? It's like, well, this is the only Kumena. But even if they make multiples, then it's like, well, it's the new Kumena, you know? But yeah, I like this artwork. Damn. Dude is pissed. And then Vona. Vona, Butcher of Magon. Pig Hands? That's a powerful name. I kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of the whole conquistador shtick for the vamps, but it is very I like the like movement, like it's jumping out at you, you know? I guess it's because they are, well, they're a butcher, they're a ruthless you know, they're a ruthless racist. Like, what do you they're a genocidal maniac. Yeah, these are fine. Paradise Frost. Oh, more snowlands. Bird. Okay. I mean, these have got to be pretty straightforward. Oh. You're a nice bird. Oh, I like this. Pink swamp, pink swamp, pink swamp. This is the only one that I mean, I guess I should look at the forest. Oh, I like that too. I mean, not as much as the bird ones, obviously, or the swamp. This is the only one that feels like it's like a trailer, like a Disney trailer, you know? Like you have the like, this is the that scene in every fucking movie where they're like, whoa, where am I? And they go to like a ledge and it pans over and it's like, whoa, I'm now in the Mushroom Kingdom. Yeah, the Breath of the Wild intro. I think Breath of the Wild gets away with it though, because the Breath of the Wild one is very I mean, it's quiet, right? It has all the time. It has all of the opportunities to be big and loud and everything. And then Breath of the Wild is just like, here you go. You're like, oh shit. You breathe it all in. Yeah, these are all right. You only get one of each, which is always just so brutal. It's wild to me that you can't just buy pack. Like, don't you think this would make them a shitload of money? If they had like a big pack of like, buy 20 snow-covered islands for like, I don't know, $100 or whatever, $150. They could charge however much money they want. People would buy into that. Like, yeah. Do people actually buy 20 of these? I mean, if they want them for all their decks, maybe. I don't know what whales do. They, yeah, I guess if your choice is like methamphetamine or playing Magic the Gathering, then like, yeah, sure, why not? What is this called? Gift wrapped? Gift wrapped. I mean, I don't know. Oh, I hate this gift wrapper of runes. This doesn't. No. This is clunky. This is clunky. Like the name already is like giver. Like the name is already has giver in the title, right? Like, don't can't you make it like a gift giver reference? Or something about giving a gift? Or the gifts, like if you want to get the gift wrap into there, it's just... The other title was Gift Wrapper of Ruins. We got Distant Melody. Oh, this is cute. Hark the Sarah Angel Sings. Okay. I got a hot take for everybody. I got a hot take. This isn't actually that hot of a take, but it's one that Kathleen shares with me when we talk about flavor text and whatnot, is that I think they use too many jokey, I think there's too much comedy in flavor text nowadays when it comes off as dissident. This is a little different from that. Because one, it's a secret layer, it's whatever, and two, these are very cutesy. But cutesy doesn't necessarily mean funny. Like, I don't know, I would much rather the flavor text on these cards, like, they are funny, like the artwork is goofy, right? But it's a different type of humor than the kind that's like the very punny kind that shows up in flavor text, right? Like, your artwork's giving Tumblr, but your flavor text is giving Reddit. And I don't know if that really meshes. Like, I kind of wish that it was more genuine and sweet than being a little punny. But it's whatever. Because this one's a very sweet, you know, kind of drawing. You got the pops of the color, and you got the two little, like, angels kind of floating around. They're tooting the horn. Like, it's yeah, I don't know, this works pretty nicely. But then, like, this is very like, oh, I get it. Haha. Haha. Cathartic Reunion. Yeah, like this. Look, perfect. Cathartic Reunion. You know, the flavor text, to be together again, that is the greatest gift of all. It's a little schmoozy, but it's at least genuine, right? It has this cutesy kind of like feel good, genuine, like, oh yeah, we're together again kind of vibe, right? Like, that's cute. I think that plays into the art and the theme of this a lot better than like, I called her gift wrapper of runes, right? Moments peace. Their minds filled with quiet, their hearts with love. Yeah, exactly. This is what you do. Why it's so weird that there would be such like a thematic, like I don't want to use the word dissonance again, but you know what I mean. Like, it's split, you know, especially for something that would be that you buy as a bundle, as a package, it's one complete thing. Is that, like, yeah, again, it's a little like schmoozy, but that's okay. Like, things are cynical enough. I mean, if I'm the one telling you, you should probably take it to heart. Shit's cynical and like ironic enough in general. It's nice to have a little, even if it is a little like, oh brother, but it's the kind where you like roll your eyes and then you smile, you know? You roll your eyes, you kind of shake your head, and then you go in for the hug. It has that vibe. But the gift wrapper of runes and the distant melody are a little like too punny. They're a little, I don't know. I think that this, for something this cute, right? It feels like it'd be better to embrace that cutesiness. And then you end on this. Adventure leads you to the world and love brings you home. Exactly. It's just nice to not have, like, if that's the jam, like the secret layer is this very holiday themed, heartwarming, we come together, the gathering part of Magic the Gathering, and it feels like a whole like big warm hug. And then you have fucking this, and it's like Carlos, you know? Yeah. I think this is pretty close to being, like, again, not my jam, wouldn't be the one getting it, but this is pretty close to like a slam dunk for what I would like to see secret layers be, you know? This is the kind of secret layer where I'm like, yeah, this is what it should be for. Instead of shilling out, like, the new Jurassic Park movie's out. It's like, yeah, make it this cutesy kind of thematic bundle of cards that there's something for everyone, you know? All right, that's my secret layer rundown. I'm not going to buy any of these. I'm not going to buy any of these, but, you know, some of them, this was less offensive than the last one. I remember we did the last one, and it was pretty bad. Mishra's Bauble, welcome back for the 8th month. Hey, Wheeler, been a second since I've been able to catch a stream, but she's secret on my layer till I wail. Very good. Thank you. One of these days, I'm just going to go through all the old secret layers. Because there are tons of secret layers that I don't know. Yes, now we can play Highlander. Quizzy Aussie, please fight me. Thank you for the patience. Is it less offensive if you consider that they're practicing anti-consumer practices by pricing the bundle such that you can't buy one to get the Scarab God promo? You mean the Locust God promo? Because if so, then yeah, the answer, yeah, of course. Yeah. I think participating in capitalism is always going to be anti-consumer. I'm not saying that you shouldn't or can't because, you know, gestures at everything. But it's always anti-consumer because we're the one getting played, you know? Like, I'm going to keep this sick one-lander, by the way. We got double hand attack. We got double cantrip. We have a demonic tutor. We have a Gristlebrand. They're pricing the bundles at $199. You get the Locust God promo at... We just talked about this yesterday. How nobody plays Chalice of the Void. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Concede? Nah, we're good. But that is very funny. They have the 71 drop list in their metagame. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is, you know, fair dinkum. Oh fuck, please don't actually be, is it? I think they're like a medium red or a mono red list, but you're just gonna bolt me? Yeah, you are. Okay, if we draw a land, nah, we're fine. If we draw a land, we can like demonic tutor for Exhume. Their pressure's not that bad. We just need to draw a land, and then we're fine. But this is wild. Okay, well now I'm actually incentivized to start casting spells. Yeah, I'll put an Underground Sea into play. Because now I want to just start potentially just discarding cards. Yeah, the Chalice check. We do need to draw it like exactly this turn. Gotta tell ya, I haven't ran into a Chalice of the Void in maybe 10 years. They just Chalice checked themselves. Oh shit. Okay, come on, land, please, please, please. And I kept a hand of 1 land plus 4 1-drops. We take 5. Yeah, we're dead. No, I could draw a land and play JVP as a blocker. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I was supposed to cast a spell here. What's my second and favorite Planeswalker? My favorite Planeswalker is Saheeli Sublime Artificer. My second favorite Planeswalker is probably... God, it might be Gideon Jura, honestly. I do like Tezzeret the Seeker. Oh, wow. Okay. Holy shit. I mean, we just didn't draw another land. Even if we got to cast our spells, I don't think we're not winning that game, right? I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I'm gonna keep this hand. Inkwell Leviathan's not great, but it's not the worst. Keep that, and then we're just gonna ponder into a land. I need to be a little worried about Blood Moon. Out. You're good. Okay, I'm going to draw. Put that. Oh. I'm going to fetch for a basic swamp with this Marsh Flats. Are they playing like medium red or like mono red prison? Like I'm trying to figure it. They got to be on like a medium red style build, right? Uh-oh. If they thought not sphere me, Sphere of Amethyst. Thorn of Amethyst, excuse me. Wait, what? Are they on mono red prison? This list is wild. I'm going to need to take a look. Also, their hand was so fucked. I might just be dead. I think I'm dead. I just got high rolled into the dirt. They went turn 1 Ancient Tomb, Mana Crypt, Thorn of Amethyst, Spirit Guide, 3/2 Double Striker. And I kept a hand that was going to like potentially kill them on, or not kill them, but potentially set up my thing on turn 3. We're technically not dead. We are taking a lot of damage here. I just have to hope that they kept this hand without a follow-up. No. There's no way. No, please. Go to Chalice. Sabo's Web? Holy shit. Oh, their Legacy Mono Red Prison. Sick. Sabo's Web. Robin would be so... Alright, I gotta take a clip of this. And the Wasteland? Holy shit, I'm getting high rolled. Alright. Alright. Run it back with me. That's so fucked. Damn. My opponent was not fucking around. Mono red prison stompy. We're on Crypt Ring, Mana Vault. So we're like a medium red list, but we have more stacks pieces. Sphere, Tangle Wire. Yeah, okay. Got Blood Moon, yeah. We got Magus, we got Lodestone Golem. Holy shit, this is like OG medium red. That's wild. Okay. I think I like this hand. Finds a basic land. We have something for their pressure. We can fill the graveyard. Brutality can help us against some of their cards. I do worry how this deck, my opponent's deck, would like function against I mean, it's very much a high roll deck, right? I'm a little curious at how well it would function in like a tournament setting or deal with like Jeskai. Is this a tier 1 deck? No. Neither of our decks are what I would describe as tier 1 decks. Wobble. Chalice on 1. Yeah, you know what? Actually, doing this is kind of relevant if I'm going to like kill them with this troll, because it means I only need to attack with troll 3 times. I might not kill them with the troll. But then what if I did kill them with the troll? Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm discarding the troll though, because the troll can get me a basic swamp. Let's get rid of the city of brass. Fable, Broadside Bombardiers, Mox Diamond. Okay. This also just gets something in my graveyard for Treasure Cruise. Ooh. What decks are my tier 1? Jeskai Green / Jeskai, although they can be kind of the same thing. Breach combo. And I think Paradox is in there too. Ooh. What a wicked role to play. Never felt. Oh yes, and Gruul. Gruul's up there too, or maybe not Gruul. It's hard because like there's definitely a green red X Ancient Tomb deck or green red X triple Mox deck that is top tier. But I don't. It's hard to say if it's one or the other. You know. Har. Since we're using Dance the Dead or Bolt didn't matter, right? Well, now they can't fetch because then they just die to this. Hold on. Why isn't... Okay, I want to cast this. Gets countered. Puts it in the graveyard to make our cruise bigger. Play this. Lets me find a basic island if I need to. There's an Ob Nixilis Wait, what? There's more secret layers? I thought we just covered all of them. Are there more secret layers? Didn't I just look at all of them? We didn't even get a thing for a black card for grief. You go through Card Kingdom parentheses wheel or secret layer category in my time off. My secret layer. Ooh, we got Sunbeam Spellbomb. We've got Thomas Baxa Artist Series. Is this new? I shared the Sabo's web to Robin. He said, oh, that's the hotness. I cast this against this person and then followed it up with a Poppet Stitcher and they tilted out. Thanks. Thanks, Robin. Oh, well. I mean, you gotta love that, right? This is why the peaks in the sideboard. We find out if our opponent has Chalice of the Void. This song is called I Want to Fall in Love on Snapchat, and it is 8 years old. Ooh. I want to keep this. I feel like I have to keep basically any hand that has Entomb. My Secret Lair is the OG eggs. That would be pretty good. I think My Secret Lair would be like, I don't know, probably Artificers, right? Like Urza, Aureox Salvagers, Trinket Mage, and then like, I don't know, Goblin Welder. Got a Blood Moon? Trinosphere. You got fucking 3, you're gonna 3-ball me? Holy smokes. Well, they have the Mana Crypt. If they don't have a follow-up, then like we could just win off this crypt. I do need to draw another land. Okay, they have mana. I like OP's deck, opponent's deck, because it's just really degenerate, you know? It's like, you gonna win every game? No. Gonna win a majority of your games? Maybe. Depends on how often you draw Mana Crypt in your opening 7. What's their follow-up? If it's like a big dragon, it's a little scary. Tapping that. Oh, they're just hard casting Fury. Okay, so we got some turns. You want to deal damage to itself? We also need to draw a land. 7-point meta here in Australia is going hard on fast mana into bullshit. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunately just Magic the Gathering right now. It's kind of a plague. It's just, hey, what if we use all the fast mana of older formats to pump out these hyper efficient proactive creatures and then protect them with the spells of our older formats? You know, it's just like your Moxen to play your new card to can I actually win this? We draw. Yeah, we have a couple. Your Moxen to play your new card to play to follow up with your Lightning Bolt or whatever, you know. That's kind of always been Magic as long as I've been playing. Yeah, but the creatures weren't as good. They were still good, but they weren't like, you know, Minsk and Boo or whatever. The like there was the power level was a different in that you could actually get away with playing some goofy stuff and it would be fine. So I'm dead, yeah. Yeah, I think we're just we're losing games because our deck is built around casting these cantrips to hit our land drops. Fast mana and free spells. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I'm going to keep this. They can't beat me. I have a Dread Fugue. I get to hit their fast mana, hopefully. If they have Ancient Tomb after I've said this, they've mulled to 6. Sounds okay. We got removal. We have a thing that can hopefully get under them casting shit. I went to a GP and cast Silmgard the Sleeping Death. Yeah. The more I've been thinking about it, I had this conversation with Robin somewhat recently, where, yeah, that's fine. I had this conversation with Robin recently where, I actually think that maybe Highlander could be in need of some pretty groovy points changes. I would like to, because I think 1 point cards have kind of lost their identity. And I think that 1 point, like the 1 point section would be better used for, some of these like extremely fucked up snowball-y cards, you know? Like, I don't want to go full Australian, but what were my suggestions? I think my suggestions were playing Maddening Hex. Oh. Okay. Spirit Guide. This card is really, really gross. It's obviously pretty gross against my deck, too. Ooh. I need to save this for... I need to save the fetch for my for their broadside bombardiers. Bombardiers. You don't want True Name Nemesis at your equivalent of 4 to 5 points? Well, that just seems kind of bad. That seems kind of not fun. What was the list of cards I said? Minsk and Boo, the One Ring, and White Plume Adventurer to 1. Damn, they're just charging up. Fire this off. Did we take the full 6? We took the full 6. I'll draw that. You took 6 damage. Ooh. Can you smell what the trench George is cooking? I sure can.
How dare you?
No.
Now, do we die if we... I'm trying to think. So if I fire off this intuition, what does this do? Sack, it deals 2. I mean, I think I'm going to have to fire off this Fatal Push. Took a 3. James is the second. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining us. How you doing? How you been? Glad to have you and good to see you. Thank you for the support. Which card? I mean, I should activate Vohar first. Am I pitching this intuition? No, I'm pitching that. That's a good one. Play you. I want to get this scoundrel out. I don't want you to have pressure. I need to be a little cautious because I'm going to Intuition and then I'm going to Snapcaster. Well, I can't Shallow Grave anymore. Shit. But I could get Sarah's Emissary and name Enchantment. Or I could just kill them the old-fashioned way. It's a pretty good magic card. Need to be a little worried about just taking damage off this. I mean, they can't attack into Dreadhorde Arcanist. Am I just playing this Dreadhorde Arcanist? Because I can't Shallow Grave. I can Shallow Grave Gristlebrand. I'm playing this Dreadhorde. Ahoy Bullseye, how you doing? What up? How you been? Unbelievable, this card's not symmetrical. I'm gonna start discarding some of these spells just to drain them. I need to play around Price of Progress. Can I afford to play one of them? I can afford to play one. I mean, unless I get a really unlucky roll. No music? God damn it. Why is there no music? Did we reach the bottom? No, we didn't. Lelia, huh? No, they hit a land. Trying to see if I can kill them. Fatal push. I don't think I should have discarded this. I think I should have maybe tried to be more aggressive for the Trench Gorger and not discard the Sarah's Emissary or Gristlebrand. Block here. That triggers Revolt. And then I'm going to Fatal Push this. Or else it's going to kill me. Okay. Took a 5, huh? Oh. Really need to draw some stuff here. Don't have that. Don't have that. Your hand is Static Orb, Sabo's Web. I mean, I could just die if I went for the intuition line here. Yeah, you know what? Do I really want to risk it? 2 4s? Get this in play. Them to 8s. I could wait for to sacrifice this. Alright, let's see what I roll. Okay, 2. Stitch together. Animate dead. Dance of the Dead? They can give me Stitch Together and I'm not playing it this turn. I don't think I'm actually playing the card this turn either way. They give me the Animate Dead. I think I'm holding back. I'm going to try to block this factory. Uh-huh. Sabo's Web. Come on. They drew Urza's Saga into Chandra. Fuck. Now I gotta really hope that they low roll. Man, this deck's putting me on tilt. We are not drawing well. Well, All I gotta do is roll a 1 or a 2. It's easy. All right. Oh, that's tilting. GG's. WP's. Oh, the game won't even let me leave. I said concede. Please let me leave. Oh, I'm stuck. Interesting deck. Yeah, just locked out. Must stay and face my failures. Yeah. We that seems to be a pretty strong set of cards against the specific set of cards I brought today. It's not bad. Getting locked out of cards with the turn 1 Trinisphere, pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad. Maddening Hex, pretty good. Counterpicked again, shake my head. What time is it? Do I have time? It's 2:30. We've been for 3 hours? Well, we've been up for 3 hours, 40 minutes. Damn, how long did the fucking secret layer thing take? I need to, what do I need to do? I need to prep that, I need to do that. I might call it there. Yeah, I might call it there. Let me see if I, because I'm playing tonight. I need to see if I have to do some secret. Well, it's not that much of a secret. I need to see if I have to do some work before I have to go, because I still need to like clean up, get my deck ready and shower and all that. Yeah, it's not looking like it. Also, it's a perfect moment to stop because I'm on tilt. So I'm going to stop there instead of just slamming my head against the wall. What am I playing tonight? I don't know. Probably going to take a... I might just play Jeskai. Maybe play... I think streaming Canlander has made me more jaded about Canlander than actually positive towards the format, which is not a great end result, but it is a funny one. So I might just take Jeskai and just not play anything except for Jeskai for the rest of my life. That might be a good plan. Or I could take Breachstorm. I haven't actually played Breachstorm in a hot minute. That might be kind of fun, but it's a little tough. I don't know. Maybe I'll just play something goofy. I've got options. And if you want options, you can grab some options from cardkingdom.com/Wheeler. Plenty of options of picking up cards and playing with them. It helps me, helps the channel, all that jazz. And if you too want to counter queue and high roll me, you can join up with Mana Traders, sponsor the stream. Reason that we're able to do this. You can use coupon code BenWheeler_12M to get 10% off your subscription for a couple of months. Yeah, go for the Commander package. Ignore the name and instead just go for the fact that you get to, you get to play Canlander for like $20 a month. It's not bad. Let me drop you kids off somewhere. I guess I have to place you somewhere. Hey, Adam's playing Dead Cells, and I think he's trying to kill a Dracula? Something like that. Who does it? You know what? Fuck Dracula. I'm gonna come out and say it. Guy's a jerk. So how about we go watch the downfall of Dracula, and I will see y'all. I am streaming again tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.